So traditionally, cyber attacks were delivered via a payload, maybe ransomware or via an email, some sort of malware. But now there's fileless attacks. So do you want to maybe take what's all that about then?
Well, essentially, if you think about a malicious actor, what we're trying to do is, as a malicious actor, I'm playing the malicious actor.
Oh, right,
just
doing
to
very
be
well.
scary,
Good.
thank
Yeah.
you. Is to deliver a payload, and that deliver a payload means that potentially I can be detected. So what we're tending to now focus on is these fileless attacks, or what we call hand-on keyboard attacks.
Sorry, mate, but by payload, how typically would you? So I'm the organisation. How are you getting that malicious file into me?
Well,
Typically,
give you a good example. It's well-known technique is PDFs. So essentially, you profile an organization, you want to attack an organization, accounts expect an invoice,
Yep.
the invoice comes in via PDF. Okay.
So you'd spoof the address and things like that.
So we'd spoof the address that we're sending from. We'd normally be sat inside the organization reading the mails beforehand. So lots of people think it's just opportunistic, but if it's a targeted attack, they'll already have gone to your hello@ email address, got a reply back, figure out what language is used. They'll already have probably worked out the individuals that are in that organization so that they know who to get to, who are more susceptible. And then they go, well, accounts, right? Accounts pay invoices. So, hi, it's Kev from acme.co.uk, and I've changed my invoicing back-end system. So you're going to see an invoice from me. Great. 2 minutes later, that invoice arrives in the form of a PDF. They open that PDF.
And an internal 4net address potentially.
Yeah. Right. And then essentially what happens is that that payload will be delivered inside that PDF document. Now, a lot of adversaries are actually running those payloads through the antivirus engines before they even do the attack, because they don't want to be caught out, without doing the homework. So they're actually figuring out, how can I make this payload as non-malicious as possible? In other words, as benign as possible. So when you click on the link, essentially what it does is it installs a backdoor Trojan. That Trojan then reaches out from the inside of the network. So accounts person clicks on the link, opens the PDF, they even see the invoice. They don't know what's happening, and that opens a back door. That back door then talks through your firewall on port 443, so because we need to be secure, and we create a secure channel out to us. And then from that point, we can then move that malicious payload and do command and control and ransomware, right? So that would be traditionally how people would port the payload there. Now, with fileless attacks, what we do is